Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to Simple Muslim Money. Today I am going to be talking about how much money we should be saving as Muslims. Now, for those that are new here, this is Simple Muslim Money, which is all about simple halal investing and personal finance for Muslims. Just want to put a quick disclaimer out there. Everything I say is not investment advice, it's just for information and entertainment purposes. And, I am not a financial advisor or investment advisor, and I'm not allowed to give you financial advice. So I'm just hoping this might be useful to someone, but yeah, just want to get that out there. So how much should you save? Well, the question is really, that is a really good question to think about. The most important thing I would say is really don't think too much about it, because otherwise you could get kind of really carried away. I know a lot of people that, including me actually initially, that, spend a big time on budgeting. How much should I save? How much should I put away? And, it's quite, can get quite overwhelming. You get caught up too much. I used to use this app, some budgeting apps. There's like loads out there I've tried. You Need the Budget. I've done like other ones. I think Money Dashboard and a few others, things like that. And I never actually got around to sort of properly saving money and things like that. It just kind of got just too complicated, my whole system. And I've kind of now moved to a spreadsheet actually, which kind of works really well for me. I just kind of keep it simple. I can kind of modify it as much as I want, and it kind of works really well. And how much should you save? That is a really good question. And there's a lot of sort of famous people out there that are into personal finance. I don't think I know of anyone particularly in the kind of Muslim space. I do know someone called, I've heard of someone with an Instagram account called Malika Financial. She helps kind of sisters out with investing stuff. I actually really like a lot of her stuff. But generally, how much to save, it can get quite confusing. So there is some good sort of personal finance people out there, and someone that, that I know that does that's very famous, and who is Dave Ramsey. I do definitely recommend checking out some of his stuff. And one thing he talks about is saving sort of 20% of your income. So 20% just straight away just goes into investing, saving, whatever it is. Like, almost don't even think about it. It just goes there and just kind of happens automatically. And I kind of really like this approach. And this is something that I sort of do as well. So I try and have it all automated. I don't even think about it. Try and keep this money kind of invisible to me. Now, 20% might sound like a lot. So it does kind of depend on where you are in your money journey. If you're someone that's got a lot of dependents and families and things like that, money that you have to do. I know people that, that have family abroad, family from their countries like, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, parts of Africa, all over the place. And they're working in kind of Western country, like might be working in the UK, Europe, America. They're sending money back as well. So obviously I do totally appreciate that. But, where possible, just try and save some money. Ramit Sethi, he's another really cool personal finance person that I follow as well. Talks about, trying to save 15%. So another thing is, it's like almost don't get too bogged down on the amount that you need to save. That's what I used to do. I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I save? How much? I used to think in the monetary value. Whereas now I find what works really well for me is just by thinking about it from a percentage point of view of, from my income, how much am I kind of willing to save? So yeah, that's really good. Another thing I would like to say is, look, even if you just save like 1%, 5%, whatever it is, it's about really getting into that habit of saving and having everything kind of on autopilot that would just kind of just get saved and just kind of, just go straight into your bank account. That'd be really good. It's a really good thing to do. And like I said, key thing is really just getting that habit of saving money and investing. So even if you don't have much money now, maybe later on you might be getting more money, and rather than you kind of wasting money or money just going away, you just know what to do with that money. You have that system in place. And I'm sure many of you must relate to me when I talk about when I've had like certain bonuses or certain things like that, and money's just gone. It's like literally just, I don't even know what it is. I must have spent it on something, going out to eat, or who knows, and the money just kind of went. So yeah, it's definitely kind of a good thing to kind of think about. And yeah, once you do get into the habit of saving, I think probably the most important thing I would definitely recommend is, and this has happened to me as well, is to build up a emergency fund. That is super, super important, just to get that emergency fund set up. Try and get in there like 6 to 12 months, I would say, worth of money. You know, COVID, if anything COVID has taught us, you know, who knows what can happen. I mean, I was at a job once and I got made redundant. I didn't expect it at all. And I think just I managed to get some redundancy money, but also knowing the fact that, you know, I had some savings and things like that in place was like really kind of comforting. And things like at the moment, energy bills are really high. We had to do all sorts of things, like we had to buy a car recently just because our old car just had so many problems. So did I buy a new car, got a used car? I definitely think that's the best way to get a car, in my opinion, and you know, in terms of sort of value for money. And then I'd say probably another thing which I've kind of touched on before was definitely think about, you know, making money invisible. Making money invisible, so that literally it's just going straight out of your bank account into your savings and you're not even aware of it. Like I have money that goes straight into like my investments, and I have money that goes into a lifetime ISA, and like it's just been doing that automatically. I think it's about £100 or something, so I don't have too much going in it. It just happens without me even knowing about it at all, and it just kind of just goes straight in there. And you know, it's £100, you know, based on my salary. I'm not going to kind of think about it too much, but that £100 being invested regularly will build up because it's being invested, it's being worked, it's been used. So that's really important. And another good thing to kind of really build on things is that it feels great once you start investing money. Once you start saving money, it feels really, really good. You have that money and it just kind of, you know, you're building up that pile and you can't, you know, starts really working well. At the moment, we've got a mortgage on a house and we're kind of paying money extra into that, and we just had a end of year statement and it was great. We've managed to pay off quite a bit with overpayments, and that's really helped us. So really, that's been really good for us. And definitely, as I said earlier about the emergency fund, it's really like I talked about a problem with a car. We also had a fridge go. We had a problem with the fridge, which was a bit of a nightmare. So we had to sort that out. Had to buy a new fridge. We haven't even had a fridge for that long, only for about 4 years, and it kind of broke on us. So it was quite a good brand. So we had to quickly get a fridge, sorry, not a bridge. And yeah, we decided to get a used car. We ended up buying a Lexus because, like, you know, it's reliable. I really want to focus on reliable, and thankfully my wife was down with that. Usually she likes sort of your, you know, German sort of cars, little Audis, BMW, and Mercedes and things like that. So this time she was really good. She was really on board with us getting a Lexus, which has got a really good reputation of being a reliable car. So it was still a bit of luxury feel as well. And also we've got a used one as well, which kind of, maybe I'll talk about that in another video in the future. So and then really the whole point of saving and doing all of this is to then build up enough money to invest. So that is something that we all want to kind of aim towards and work towards, which is kind of getting to that state where we're all able to and got that money to invest. So the kind of main lessons out of this video are: one, just have like a certain percentage that goes out of your account straight away into your savings or your investments where you don't even think about it. So and number two is to make it kind of, you know, autopilot. So kind of related to the first one, almost invisible, where you don't think about it. Number four is definitely build up that emergency fund. So this is, you know, definitely something, you know, we've had to dip into with the car and things like that. So we're kind of building up at the moment. And number four is to invest. So, you know, it's kind of building things up. And what I've learned massively, and something I really, you know, wish I knew earlier, but I'm glad that I know it now, is that, you know, money needs to be invested, needs to be worked on. So, you know, I have some cash savings, but I try and invest as much as I can. And I can definitely invest more. So I'm looking to kind of shave some money here and there and try and invest more money as well. So, if you've liked this video, really appreciate it if you smash that like button. And I will catch you next time. Assalamu alaikum.